Angela Fazio is an industry powerhouse who has overseen 40,000 homes sold and $9 billion in production. And Kristen Cantrell is one of the nation's most accomplished team leaders, helping thousands of agents build their businesses. They are passionate about educating, encouraging, and empowering moms in real estate. Our next episode starts now.
Hey everyone, welcome to Moms in Real Estate. I'm Angela Fazio.
And I'm Kristen Cantrell. And today we get to talk to Danielle Ivery out of Dallas, Texas.
And our theme of today, and I love it, it's just enjoying the process, period, of business, of family, of whatever. So Danielle, thank you so much for coming on today.
Of course. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
Yeah, we are too. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm in Dallas, Texas. I'm in my fourth year of real estate. I'm a mom to four. I have a 9-year-old bonus baby, and then I have a 4-year-old, 2-year-old, and a 1-year-old. So my whole real estate career, I've either been pregnant or just had a newborn. But
that sums it up.
Yeah.
My dad was like, wait, did I just hear the theme was enjoying the process?
You have to.
So you've really started, with all of that said, you've really ramped up your real estate career quickly. And so tell everyone a little bit about your journey, about your full-time job and how you transitioned in, because a lot of our audience want to hear those stories because they're in that same position where they want to get full-time into real estate. Yeah.
Okay, it was absolutely a journey. That's why I say process. So I started, I was in real estate school. It took me like 3 years because I did this self-paced course and I shouldn't have. But then like my first one taking the in class, I got through it fast because I'm like, oh my God, a weekend. So after I had my first son is when I went, started my real estate career. And I was already in management at the time. And with management, my job, it just started to change. Like all the upper heads really changed. So at first it was real lenient. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to have a lot of time for real estate. Like as a manager, my location's operating great. And then once everything changed, they're real strict. So my hours were a lot. And so my first year in real estate was really hard for me because I was dropping off my son just with my 9 to 5. I was dropping off my son when he was asleep. And then I was picking him up like an hour before bedtime.
That's so hard.
Yeah. And he was like starting to get closer with his dad than me. And like, as the mom, you just want him to like want me when he cries. I'm like, okay, I got to figure this out because I want to get into real estate. But even with this job, I have no time. Like I can't even take on a client Monday through Friday. And if I do have time, like I want to spend it with my child. So I really had to figure it out. The whole year, my first year, real estate was horrible, but the whole year I was still like lead generating. I still was doing active work. I was wondering like, why didn't I quit? But it was those false leads that keep you going where they're like, oh yeah, I'm interested. And then you work them for like 2 months and it doesn't go anywhere. And then it's another one and I'm like, I'm killing it. Like I didn't do one deal. So my first year I did one deal my whole year. And so I got pregnant with my second son. And I just made a plan. Okay, when I go on maternity leave, like I have to find something else to make this work because now I'm having a second child. Do I want to do 9 to 5 or do I want to be a mother and like find a job that works with my lifestyle? So when I went on maternity leave, I looked for a work from home job that would allow me more time to do real estate and work my real estate business. And I knew like, okay, this I can do full time in real estate. I haven't done any transactions,
but I can do it.
I know I can do it.
I feel this could happen. And so I found a customer service job that was work from home and it was a crucial pay cut. But I was home a lot more. I switched brokerages and my second year, I was able to kind of do both for a while. And then the team I joined was Kalisha Anderson's team. It's the K&A Realty Group. And kind of in like August of my second year, she got pregnant. And she's super busy. She does a lot of transactions. She has a team. She has kids. And I just noticed for a while, like, okay, does she need an assistant? Like, she's real busy. And it was in my it was in my mind, like I say January, but I never brought it up. I would pray on it all the time. So like maybe she needs a paid assistant. I don't even know if she had a position to pay somebody to be an assistant. So come August, I literally just woke up one day and it was on my spirit. Like, go ahead and ask her.
Nice.
And this has always, we would have team meetings. We would have like one-on-one calls. And I'd always wanted to like, but I never brought it up because I didn't know, but it was just in my spirit. So that day I texted her like, hey, can I jump on a call with you? And I called her and I asked her and she's like, that is crazy because my assistant just left. I didn't even know she had an assistant at the time, but she did.
Oh, wow.
And she's like, she just left. I need somebody. She's like, I can pay you. And I was like, because I would have taken it on if it was free.
What a great, like, we were just talking about like asking God for things and how cool is that?
Oh, it was the biggest confirmation. And she's like, I can pay you. And I was like, wow, okay. And what she offered was more than what I was getting paid at my work from home job.
You're like, I guess I could do it.
Sure.
She's like, I literally really needed help. Like, this is crazy. I was like, honestly, I wanted to ask you in January, but I never did. Like, I just felt in my spirit that God was telling me that this is the right time. And she's like, this is the right time. And she's like, I need you to do like 7 days, not even a 2-week notice. So I started working from her, like doing real estate and being her assistant. So I'm like, yeah, I'm finally in real estate full time. And I did that. She ended up having a horrible pregnancy where she was on bed rest, like had to have IVs kept in her. And she does a lot of transactions. So for like 4 or 5 months, I was still building up my business, but I took on everything from her business, like consultations, all the showings, negotiatings, like really doing like, and if I needed help, I would just shoot her a call. But I learned so much. Like that was such a game changer in my real estate career. So my first
fabulous, like, wait, I got to pause that. What an awesome opportunity.
Yeah.
That is so sweet to us. And we got to pause there for a minute because I talk to so many people and I don't know what it is because my faith is huge, but like, why does anyone hold back from asking God for things? Because it's like, if you have your children, we're all moms here. If our kids wanted something like serious and close to their heart, wouldn't you be sad if you found out they wouldn't ask you?
Mm-hmm.
That they'd be just like, Mom, I didn't know if I could or should ask you or if I whatever. And that's how sweet our God is. He wants you to ask. You don't always get what you want, but he wants you to ask. And I love that story because not only did he put it on your spirit at that time,
I know,
but then it gave you the opportunity to learn real estate from a fire hose, which is the best way to learn it. It's the best way to learn it. You're like, I took self-paced. God is like, wait, Danielle, you took self-paced pre-licensing. So I want you to learn this, and I'm going to give you a fire hose in about 9 months.
I do not understand how people can do the self-paced. I feel
my gosh,
so hard for me, but I see people do it all the time.
I know.
Oh, kudos to them. Yeah, it took me forever because I can't just reading. I was reading the whole book, and then I took the weekend class, and I'm like, whoa. It took me 3 months for one class, and this is 3 days.
It's definitely the way to do it. Cram it in your head.
Yeah, cram it in your head.
Absolutely. But yeah, I helped her, and then she had her baby in December, and then come February, I just learned so much. My business kind of took off, and then it was just another like God transformation. That's one thing how I know that real estate is for me, because God gives me so many confirmations. And like, even when I'm like, okay, real estate, sometimes you want to quit. And then the other day you're like, I'm killing it. So I was dropping the ball in some areas because my business and her business was. I was like, I need to like talk to her before I get fired. Like, I don't know how to work. And I was so nervous for her because I look up to her and she's been the game changer in my business of how it was going to work doing both. And she actually texted me the same day of like, hey, can we talk? And I'm like, yeah, I need to talk to you too. And it was the same conversation. Like, she was saying like, your business is growing. You need to really just work on that. And I was like, same here. I just didn't know how you would take it. And so like, I didn't want to like not be on her team anymore. As an agent, I wasn't trying to leave her. And so that worked out. So I just been doing real estate, and that was in February. So that February is when I was like officially a real estate agent.
Wow.
Ah.
You were officially a real estate
Yeah.
agent before,
Yeah, yeah, but like a full-time real estate agent. And so that was year 2. And so I'm in year 4, and it's still just surreal that I can adjust my schedule to my children and, do this type of business, being a mom.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's fantastic. I love your story. I love the way that unfolded for you.
Yeah.
Just like perfectly.
Well, and I just love how everybody's story is so different, like some people's first year, it's like yours, it's really hard. And then look at how you got a position, which literally, I mean, every little step of it, it was so awesome.
And it sounds like to me, Danielle, just with what I know of your personality, that's kind of the way it had to go.
Yeah.
Because would you have jumped into it as fiercely as you were forced to jump into it if you didn't have to?
No.
Yeah.
No, I probably would not have. I mean, obviously my first year.
Yeah.
Well,
That's a great point.
But that's
Yeah.
hard. You were working full time, but
Yeah.
sometimes we have to put ourselves in situations where we're going to be forced to do things a little differently than we would do it for ourselves naturally, just to push us through whatever holds us back. It's all different. It's different for all of us.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. It was.
So can I pick on you for a minute? I'm gonna pick on you. I want to read
I know
something
what
from your
she's gonna
questionnaire,
do.
and I'm old, so I have to put my glasses.
Okay.
'Cause this is how every woman feels. Not every woman feels like this at one time or another, and we have to talk about it because it's so powerful. So we get to know our guests, you guys, by having them fill out questionnaires so we can get to know their personality, and we want to make them as beautiful on our podcast as they are, right? And so she writes, and I got to go a little here. It's your challenge. Let me see if I can find it again. Your challenge as a mother. So listen to this sentence. Balance and grace. I am not a naturally organized person. That's why I love you, because it makes me feel more normal. Where she says, right? And you said, I want to do education, PE, play dates, chores, cook, clean, and gentle parenting at all times, every day, while doing real estate.
We do. We take on a lot.
And you know what? You put on paper
Yeah.
what goes through. So I read that and I was tired for you.
I know.
I was tired for you. And we as women put that sentence in our head.
Mhm.
So let's talk about that a little bit.
Ooh, yes.
Ooh, that's right.
Yeah. I'm still learning that because, well, my kids are my oldest, that I birthed is 4. So like, I'm still learning this, but yeah, I have idea of being like perfect, of doing it all. And, we're going to read our Bibles and we're going to take a bath and we're going to eat fruit and vegetables and, and we're going to get a play date.
We have the best intentions.
Yes.
That way.
And man, at first I would get so down. Like if I miss something in my schedule, I'd be like, oh my gosh, like this is horrible. Like this is the 8th day that I haven't completed everything. So I'm learning more like just progress in the process. Is like, okay, if we're doing education, we did it 5 days. Let's learn our H's. We got H down because that's where we were at last time. So I'm learning that as I go, but I would love to do everything. And I'm not doing everything, but
Not reasonable.
Nobody is.
yeah.
So Kristen and I talked to another woman recently, and balance always comes up. And I just think that's the wrong word. And now I'm convinced of it because we've said everything from balance doesn't exist to balance is bullshit, as one of our guests said. And then recently somebody said, something like, I don't try to achieve balance. I like to weave together my family life and my business to the best of my ability. And I was like, that sounds way
really good.
better.
I like that too.
Yeah.
What have been like your biggest struggles since you've gotten off of like the paid role and into full-time by yourself?
One is managing your money on that whenever you get paid. And then that's been big to kind of make it last, because real estate, you don't until the deal closes, even if it's under contracts, which is real stressful. So learning that has been a game changer for my like peace. And then there's so much of how it just correlates so much of business and kind of doing your own business. There's so much that I've taken from my 9 to 5 that I put in here, but You said the biggest difference? Is that what you
The
asked?
biggest struggle, like
the
from
biggest
being like having it's still a little bit of a job description. You have to accomplish these things for this other person to it's for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. I think for me is I'm doing everything with my kids. Has been really hard for me. I've learned going to work is a blessing a little bit, getting away because I have all toddlers and babies. So doing my business with chaos around me quite often. And like if I get peace and quiet, I'll step in a room real fast if I need to do a call or anything like that. But trying to still bring in 9 to 5 pay with a lot of distractions. I would say has been real hard for me because they go to daycare like 3 days a week. So, but my 1-year-old's with me at all times. So that's been really just taking advantage of each hour, trying to figure out when I can fit different things in to still keep things going and still build.
Oh, I like the way you said that because that's where victory comes is you said taking advantage of each hour. Some people just say day or week, but when you have all those little kids around or all of these things going on around you, you become really acutely aware. I've got an hour. I've got to get a lot done in that hour.
And you're very productive. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's your
We've had a lot of moms say that, like even if they only can do one open house that week, it's like that open house means everything. So every person that comes through that door, they're like way more engaged. Yeah.
Absolutely.
We've had a lot of guests that talk about how, when they drop their kids off at school and when they pick them up, like those are their work hours
or
and
nap times. And that's it.
Yeah. And they don't work nights or weekends. Like I've always admired the moms that completely stick to that schedule. It's crazy.
I don't know how to do that.
I don't either.
I'm not that organized.
I'm still working on schedules. It is. It's a lot, but like this morning I woke up at 3 a.m. and I had to like really get like a lead generating schedule because I have real big goals this next 6 months. And like, I don't have any peace and quiet to like, just think for an hour. Yeah. And so I like woke up and for like 3 to 4, I'm like, okay, I got a lot done. And then went back to sleep. But at least like, okay, that's done.
I went back to sleep. That's awesome.
At least you got to go back to sleep and nobody woke up.
Yeah, I know.
No, they did.
Little ones. How do you even sleep at the same time?
I don't know. I know that's hard.
Yeah, it is. We got that down though. We got the sleep process. That's a necessity.
Yes, it is. Yes, I was a bedtime Nazi when my kids are little.
I know.
Bedtime Nazi.
Yeah.
I love that your approach to you have such a gentle spirit and the way that you love God and obviously your family means the world to you, but you also want to be excellent at your job. It's just it's a really nice feeling to talk with you about the way that you are thinking and approaching your business, knowing you don't have it all together. None of us do, by the way. Yeah, hey, if you're listening and you think anybody has it all together,
you're wrong.
You're wrong. Nobody has it all together. If it looks like they do, look deeper.
Yeah.
We're all a hot mess.
Yeah. One way or another.
Well, it's been so awesome having you on. Is there any advice that you would give a new agent that is just getting into real estate or thinking about getting into real estate?
Yeah, keep going no matter what. Like even if you have a horrible year or two, I'm real big on like YouTube and listening to people's success stories. And I look for the people that didn't like sell 100 homes their first year. So it's a real big process. Like I would say stay in it. Like as long as you're doing better than you were last year, is making your goal to just beat yourself each year and really just work hard. Like if you really feel like you can do better, then you probably can, and just find what aspects that you can improve on and what you like. I love real estate that you can create a business off of what you love. Like,
I know, I agree.
Yeah, like there's so many ways to lead gen. There's so many ways to different things. So I love that you can figure out what you love and just perfect it. So I would say don't give up no matter what. Like even if you have a horrible year, you'll just do better the next year or the next day or the next hour. But just keep going. Find a mentor because that was the game changer for my business with Kalisha's help. I'm so grateful and just enjoy the process. Really, it is a huge
enjoy the process.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I appreciate that. Well, I don't know if you can with all those littles, but I sure would love to see you at Flourish, this
Yes.
next Flourish. And if you guys are listening, and we have a women's event twice a year called Flourish, and it's a fantastic experience. It's in Chandler, Arizona, and the next one is coming up in November. You can always find when the next one is coming up at theflourishevent.com. So Danielle, I pray that you can find some way to make it out here, so that we can see you face to face. And if anyone else get your tickets early so that you don't bug me at the last minute and I have to tell you there's none left. Thank you again, Danielle, for being a wonderful
Thank y'all
guest
so
today.
much. Of course. Y'all have a good day.